Hi, welcome back to Shawnee Hill's Workshop. Today we're going to get started on the log arch and I'm kind of excited about it. Now, my cheapness, or let me rephrase that, my frugalness has given me a little bit of a problem this morning. So I mentioned in one of the past videos when I was building the mount for the winch that I bought a 24-foot stick, which is the standard length of steel of the 2-inch square tubing. That's, the most economical way to buy it. And I thought that I would have enough to do my winch mount and the arch and get the arch exactly how I needed it, except for one problem. I guess except for two problems. The first problem is I made a mistake on one of my cuts. I showed that in a couple videos ago, and so I lost a few inches there. The other problem is I was originally thinking I only needed a 4-foot arch, but it looks like I need higher. Let me show you why. The whole point of the first lift is to get your log, the front end, up onto the trailer. And because this is a dump trailer, it has quite a high loading deck. We are at about 27 inches. Now I can raise the bed up about a foot like I'm dumping it. I don't really want to be loading logs on it with the cylinders extended at all, but if I raised it about a foot, that would lower it about 3 inches. So if I mount the arm of the log arch right here, I can't take that fully flat or even past flat because then the winch won't pull it up. So I have to have some angle here so when the winch starts pulling, it pulls it back. So if I use a fairly aggressive angle here, that's got us at about, well actually right there is 48 inches from the ground. And we might be able to go a little bit flatter than that. Let's just say we can go to 44. I don't know if this is enough angle to where when I turn the winch on, it will want to pivot or if it will just want to push back against my brackets and destroy my brackets. But let's say it's 44 inches. So when it's in the perfectly upright position, a 4-foot tall arch gets you to 74 inches high. Assuming that I can actually overcome that angle, that steep of an angle, then that's enough lift. But barely enough lift, and you need it to be able to clear about right here because you're going to have a few inches of the log outside of the chain, and that chain's going to be straight down from the arch. So you really need to have that lift at, a few degrees before you get to 90. And right here, 4 feet only gives me 70 inches of lift, which is exactly 26 if I can go to that shallow angle. If I can't go to that shallow angle, I'm not going to be able to make it up onto the deck. Because I am frugal, not cheap, frugal, I think I've got a plan. Let me show you. So some of y'all may remember the 99 XJ that I had when I first started building the off-road overland camper. Well, I built a rear bumper for that and integrated the hitch into the bumper. This is the hitch that came off of it. So this square tubing is 2.5 inches as opposed to 2 inches, which I really wish it was the same size, but regardless, I can make this the top bar and then nest the 2-inch sides up inside it and get really good welds there. So that'll be nice. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to, if I'm going to cut this off or use this as part of my mounting system for the winch on one side and the log on the other side. But then the brackets that I cut off, I should be able to use those for the brackets on the floor to mount the arch too. So I have been hanging on to this for quite some time. I can't throw metal away. I don't know what it is about me. I always save it, and I think this will make good use of it. I also have some bushing stock that I can weld into the brackets to make a good mount for the arc pivot. So I'll start cutting this apart and we'll start laying it out and get some measurements and see how high of an arch we can get with the material we have left.
Like a bird on a tree.
So here's kind of the starting part of our arch, and as I said earlier, here's a scrap of the 2x2. It'll be able to fit right inside of this 2.5 inch tubing, and then I'll be able to get a really good bead all around there. I really like that actually. I'm going to start doing some measurement and see how long my sides need to be and get them cut, and then we will start welding up.
I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here.
All right, so I don't have a perfectly flat place anywhere that I can lay this, but what I did was lay 2 2x4s there, and then these tubes are actually holding up the centerpiece. You know, I've got this weld right in the middle of the bed, so it keeps that from being flat. This isn't perfect. I've checked it the best I can with winding sticks. It's close, but I think it's close enough for what we're doing here. You know, we're just fabricating an arch here. So I'm going to just tack this together. I've ground back the edges to get all the mill scale and everything off, and I've beveled the edges for the neck joints. And I beveled them a little bit more than I typically would because I'm going to grind them flat and then put some gussets over top of those. So I wanted to be able to make sure I got really good deep penetration.
The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful. You and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go.
Well, I'll get ready and lay it flat and go ahead and finish up these welds, and then we'll start figuring out how we're going to actually mount this thing to the trailer.
Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. The sun is warm, there's a gentle breeze. All the birds are making homes inside the evergreens. The air is clear, with our loved ones close. You can pick out every star without a telescope. So beautiful to see how we have changed. In time, you know, everything we've lost comes on again, and I will grab onto your arm.
So you can see I got this side mocked up, then this side mocked up. What I'm going to try to do is get these bushings centered and then get some tacks on them, and then we'll get ready to add a plate to the side here and drill out and put a bushing there.
We're stronger than we were before. I've missed your face. Has it been that long? Looking forward to a fire and a sing-along. Let's stay the same as the children grow, and teach them all the simple things we thought we used to know. So beautiful to see how we have changed.
So last October, right after our hay got cut, my kids found a concrete stone in our field that had some initials and a date inscribed in it. And the date was the same day. Well, I see what it is when we get down here, just many years ago on there. I was certain that it's a, grave for a dog or something. But they just won't leave me alone about it. And so I told them today they could dig around there and see what it is. They're certain that it's buried treasure or something like that. So we're gonna go down here and I'm gonna show you what they found. All right, so it says 10-10-57 and it looks like a B.M or something like that, and then a W with a circle around it. The interesting part is it looks like there's a pipe going through it. I don't know what that pipe would be. I mean, obviously it's above the frost line, so it shouldn't be anything with water going through it. What do y'all think it is?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you think there's treasure down there?
No.
That's what y'all were saying before. Well, if you have any idea what this could be, leave me a comment, let me know. Like I said, it's got the pipe going through it, the W with the circle around it. So yeah, if you know, just leave me a comment.
You know, everything we've lost comes on again, and I will grab onto your arm a little stronger than we were before. In a word, in a day, we are all brand new, and it's love that we're fighting for. I'm proud, you know, that we always held out hope.
So what do you think? It's pretty awesome, and it is a whole lot higher than I was thinking it was going to be at first. I'm glad I was able to use that hitch and get the height up there. That's going to give me a whole lot more lifting capacity. And it'll also make me have to rehook the log less times. You know, here in Kentucky where I'm at, I'm going to be lucky if I get a log that's 26, 28 inches. There are a few larger than that, but they're few and far between. So I'm planning more for that 18 to 26 inch log. And this kind of height is going to be amazing. I'll be able to move it several feet with one tug. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Tomorrow we'll get back out here and I've got to decide whether I'm going to weld in the brackets or bolt in the brackets. I really want to bolt them in for the, you know, ability to take the brackets back out because I can already remove the arch. But I just don't know. For some reason I feel like that's just not going to be that great of a connection. I'm going to think about it overnight and I'll make that decision one way or the other. Well, like I always say, if you like these kind of videos, hit that thumbs up button. If you don't like these kind of videos, hit the thumbs down button. Either way, leave me a comment, tell me why. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you. If you click that subscribe button, and if you like to get notified every time I put a video out, click that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.